Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I mix this track.
Fuck that, I want all of the gang. Bros in a ride and he's stalling a bang. If I slaughter them, man, he want war with the gang.
All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down, I'm tryna see fluids. Get back round, I'm tryna do two in.
Bro, I'm tryna do two. Fuck that, I want all of the gang. Bros in a ride.
Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I kind of want to say is that mixing and mastering doesn't have to be complicated at all. You don't actually need to know all the technicalities behind mixing and mastering. You don't need to know, okay, everything to the exact T in detail. The most important thing that you need to kind of use is your ears, okay? Use your ears to kind of get the desired result or the sound that you're actually trying to get. Of course, having that understanding of mixing and mastering, having an understanding of the tools and whatnot will benefit you greatly. And I think just even having that experience of mixing and mastering, that's why I always encourage you guys to mix as much as you can. So when I started mixing and mastering in 2017, right, I mixed almost all the time because I've built up that repertoire of just mixing on a constant basis. Now I don't need to rely too heavily on the technical side of things. Maybe not as much, but more often than not, I use more of my ears, okay? So this track I'm going to show you guys today is probably one of the most basic mixes I've ever done in my life. The main reason why I say it's one of the most basic mixes I've ever done in my life because I didn't go overboard with the type of plugins I used. I kind of just used simple things. And I kind of did that because I want to be able to show you guys how you guys can also achieve professional sounding mixes with just the basicness or the basic plugins that you kind of have access to, and even just the stock plugins and a few paid plugins here and then. One thing that kind of made the track what it is the fact that the vocal recording was good. There were clean takes, and of course the beat was also very good as well. So everything combined, I didn't have to do too much. It's just almost just like bringing a beat, slapping vocals and combining them together, and that's it. Let's jump into the DAW and show you guys how I actually mix this track in FL Studio 20. Cool, here I'm in FL Studio 20. Let me kind of break down the track. If you guys want to check out the vocal recording session, check out the card above or wherever it is, and then you can also check out how we recorded it. And then here is like the actual mixing breakdown video itself. So it's kind of quick and simple, okay? So essentially all I did, there was 3 artists, of course, PK, Crusher, and De Niro or Switch, okay? All routed. I've routed the vocals into the lead vocals. On PK's verse, I added a different type of EQ because of course he has a different type of voice, texture, or sound. So I just kind of dipped some of the low frequencies there on his bit there. Crasher's one, only added deep blue tape stops because we had to censor a lot of the some parts of the track, right? And De Niro's one, same thing, deep blue tape stop, okay? And that's it. The only person that added EQ for was PK, okay? And then after all that is routed into the lead vocal, onto the lead vocal I added the filter compressor. Can you imagine? This is the filter compressor I added, okay? Usually when I use the filter compressor, I usually tend to go to a threshold of between -20 to -30. Usually works out for me, and I've been doing that ever since. So that's why I can say, okay, that's why I do what I do. Ratio, I always kind of go anything above 4, really and truly, kind of that, so I can actually hear the compression that's been taking place. I put the gain up as well so I can hear so I can increase the volume of it. But I liked the way it sounded like, okay? So before I actually even go any further, I'm going to play you guys the track without any of the effects enabled, okay? And then I'll play you with the track with the effects enabled, okay? So this was without any effects enabled. Let's play the hook.
Hands on the track. Where hit G. All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down, I'm tryna see fluids. Get back round, I'm tryna do two in.
Bro, I'm tryna do two. Fuck that, I want all of the gang. Bros in a ride and he's stalling a bang. If I slaughter them, man, he want war with the gang.
All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down, I'm tryna see fluids. Get back round, I'm tryna do two in.
Bro, I'm tryna do two. Fuck that, I want all of the gang. Bros in a ride and he's stalling a bang. If I slaughter them, man, he want war with the gang.
Okay, so that's how it sounds like with no effects enabled at all. All you're hearing is kind of the levels, the balanced levels, okay? I'm going to play you without the beat so you can actually focus on the vocals now. I'll play it from this verse here.
Man, you want war with a gang.
Get your head back split like JF Kennedy. These enemies ain't nothing but talkers. Internet borers, ready like walkers, bro. Slide there with a match get sorted. Jump out, swing borers like my bro KR done said. He did. I put the ramp beast to your neck. This vest ain't gonna save my man's head. He's dead.
Canada Goose, it won't save your life.
Okay, so that's how it sounds like there. So you kind of hear that the vocal recordings sound solid. And I think when it comes to mix and mastering, or even just engineering, if you're the recording engineer with the artists and clients, aim to get like at least a decent recording. It'll make your life easier, and it's like less work on the mix and the mastering side. Okay, cool. So that's how it sounds like with no effects. Then now let me start applying the effects. Let's go back to the hook as well. Actually, let's go back to here. Yeah, the hook. And then we're gonna start applying each of the effects. Okay, so let me just do this, enable them, all of them. Okay. Then I'll go one by one on into each channel.
It is
PK.
With effects. Hold on. Let's enable the master as well.
It is
PK.
Where hit G. All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down. I'm trying to see fluids. Get back round. I'm trying to do two in.
Bro, I'm trying to do two.
Fuck that, I want all of the gang.
Bro's in a ride and he's stalling a bang.
If I slaughter them, man,
He want war with a gang.
All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down. I'm trying to see fluids. Get back round. I'm trying to do two in.
Bro, I'm trying to do two.
fuck that, I want all of the gang.
Bro's in a ride and he's stalling a bang.
If I slaughter them, man,
You want war with a gang.
get your head back split like JF Kennedy.
And that's how it sounds like, okay? So if we go back to the lead vocal, that was a Fruity compressor added. Vocal dubs, you know my vocal dubs or stabs, I always like to add the same thing. Ozone Imager 2 and Fruity compressor. Or, well, yeah, the main thing is the Ozone Imager 2, okay? And I compress the vocal dubs so it doesn't have the same energy or the same sound as the lead vocal. If you compress the vocal dubs, I want it to kind of sound different. And you kind of hear in this track, it's not too overly loud. I mean, you can hear it there in the background, but it's not too overly loud. So if you kind of solo the vocal dubs.
All I know is do it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet.
Combine it with the lead vocal now.
All I know is do it. Leave your white tee ruined.
1 minute. Let me enable this.
All I know is do it. I love it. Leave your white tee ruined. Wet man down. I'm trying to see fluids. Get back round. I'm trying to do two in.
Bro, I'm trying to do two.
Fuck that, I want all of the gang.
Yeah, you can see that it's just in the background and it's not too loud, you know. Okay, but that's that there. Kind of just gives it some oomph, I guess. So the Ozone Imager 2 settings, this is it. Of course, I like to kind of just width it out. So increase the width, make it stereoize, increase that, like that. Okay. The compressor settings, let me see if it's, okay, so it's slightly different to the lead vocals, okay? It's the compressor settings here, threshold -19, ratio 5.7, you can kind of see it here, okay? Just compressing it a tad bit as well, okay? Then the ad-libs itself, you can check out the free ad-libs preset pack, card above, link in the description also. This is what I always do for ad-libs, okay? EQ, this type of EQ, right click, radio, and then just kind of extend it out like this. That's what I do, I like that generic sound. And then I add this Fruity compressor to kind of compress the ad-libs as well. Similar thing. I always choose a ratio between -20 to -30 if I'm using a Fruity compressor. Okay. Then threshold I meant. Ratio between 7 is a sweet spot, 6. Anything like 5, 6, 7. Like that. Increase the gain so you can actually start hearing things again, I guess. And then added this Fruity delay 3. Okay. This one, just check out the ad-libs preset and then it'll. Yeah, okay. Timing is on the quarter note timing, I believe. Level, only thing I've reduced was the level, the cutoff, and the wet value, okay? You could add the reverb, or the delay rather, as a send, but what I'd rather do when it's ad-libs, I like to add it straight on there because I know that's the only delay I'm actually adding. I don't tend to add delay so much on the lead vocal or on the vocal dubs. Sometimes it clashes, but sometimes you can go about adding delay if it's an automation or whatever it is that you kind of want to do, okay? So those are the main effects, okay? On these individual channel tracks here. I got this sound effects here and my mix tag here. So for my mix tag, I added EQ, compression, and delay, almost similar as the ad-libs, okay? And let's see what's, yeah, I just kind of rolled off the low end here. Let's play actually my mix tag.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
Actually, let's enable the effects.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
Free the guys, free the guys, free the guys.
That's it, okay? Then on the vocal bus, because that's where the majority, not the majority, but that's where most of the things are happening, okay? First thing I added was the R compressor from Waves, okay? I think this is even the first actual external paid plugin I actually used. I know, and if there's any compressor I would recommend out there, is this one. I really like the sound of this one. It has both downward compression and upward compression, so you can kind of use it, use it for whatever you want to do. For attack is kind of fast. Release is kind of, I think I just left the release as it is. Kind of fast attack, of course. Fast attack for rap type of vocals, you know. And yeah, increased the gain to 7.4, kind of high. Ratio 2.76. This is let me play without these things here, okay? So without these effects enabled. So for now, let's go to a different part of the song so we can actually check it out. Okay. Let's play.
Watch man swim.
Weave it, sheave it, shank come tease down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic sheaving, amazing weaving. 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame that 1 didn't get through. Probably thinking why your
Let's play with the beat actually.
Watch man.
This is without the vocal bus effects enabled.
Watch man swim.
Weave it, sheave it, shank come tease down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic sheaving, amazing weaving. 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame that 1 didn't get through. Probably thinking why your brethren's left you. And if my 15 ain't met you, etc. I'm really trying to leave man's head loose.
Bro's in a ride, better back that, tap that.
Okay. So you're probably thinking, why did I do anything to the beat? And usually, this is one thing I've noticed just through my career of just even mixing and mastering that. Most of the time, the beat is already very, very good. You know, of course, it's always going to be a better option to get the stems for the beat itself. But I've noticed that you can actually get away with not even touching the beat in the sense of like adding any EQ or whatnot. But you can, it depends on the context. But usually I don't really tend to do anything. And you kind of see the main work is on the vocals. Okay, that's why I tend to focus more on the vocal side of things here. Okay, so you can kind of hear that automatically, as we heard here, what it needs to be done. Okay, if I was to ask you what needs to be done, like, let's hear the vocal again.
Watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where.
Definitely some EQ and compression. And when it comes to mixing, EQ and compression are the tools you actually need. Okay, and you kind of see here EQ, compression, of course, and then other effects like delay, reverb, and all those type of things here. And even in this track, I didn't even add reverb. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. I didn't add reverb at all. Yeah, but it sounds good. Yeah, so yeah, and then I'll probably make another video on how, if I was to mix this track again, if I was to mix it like to a standard where it's like I'm going guns blazing full out on like paid plugins, premium plugins and whatnot, I'll show you another version, okay? By the way, this is the R compressor. This is how it sounds like with the R compressor now. So without it quickly, so you can kind of hear how it sounds like again.
Watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where.
Okay, now with the R compressor.
Watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic shaving, amazing weaving, 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame that 1 didn't get through. Probably thinking why your brethren's left you. And if my 15 ain't met you, etc., I'm really trying to leave man's head loose.
Bros in a ride, better back that, tap that.
Okay, the next thing I added was EQ. Okay, I added this parametric EQ too, and all I'm doing is just rolling off the low end. That's all it's doing. So let's play it without it. Let's without it first, then with it. Without it, let's play it from here.
Inside me.
Bro knows this, bro knows I'm waiting, bro. Catching back, shanking, shaving. It can't be mad.
With it now.
Inside me.
Bro knows this, bro knows I'm waiting, bro. Catching back, shanking, shaving. It can't be my bro, they're taking. Bust their 2 doors, watch man start shaking. Got boards, it's too speedy, bro. Gone glad, bro. No impacts, watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic shaving, amazing weaving, 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame.
That's what I did there. Okay, then after that, I added this de-esser. This de-esser essentially is just de-essing the vocals because, of course, I think you always need some sort of de-essing. Yeah, so this is what the de-esser is doing.
Olympics, watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic shaving, amazing weaving, 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame that 1 didn't get through. Probably thinking why your brethren's left you. And if my 15 ain't met you, etc., I'm really trying to leave man's head loose.
Bros in a ride, better back that, tap that. Live or I don't hear no back chat. Board man's arm now he still gets flashbacks. Got bored, can't hack that, bro.
That is essentially it. Okay, and the beat, there's nothing. And then the master, all I added was a limiter. Can you imagine? All I added was a limiter. Okay, so this video, and essentially in a nutshell, I'm just trying. Let me show you the limiter settings. Kind of show you without it. Without the limiter.
Olympics, watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic shaving, amazing.
With the limiter.
Olympics, watch man swim.
Weave it, shave it, shank, come teeth down. Will show me where it's keeping. Basic shaving, amazing weaving, 6 dashed off, but 1 didn't make it. It's a shame that 1 didn't get through. Probably thinking why your brethren's left you. And if my 15 ain't met you, etc., I'm really trying to leave man's head loose.
Bros in a ride, better back that, tap that. Live or I don't hear no back.
And that's essentially it. Okay, so in a nutshell, this video, I'm trying to show you that, hey, you don't need to, if you're at that stage right now and you don't have the most amazing plugins, that you don't want to spend like money on plugins, like you don't need to. Like I recommend that you just stick with the stock plugins and just at least get good vocal recordings, at least get a decent microphone which you can record, a decent audio interface, and get recording, and then you learn on the job. You know, that's as simple as I can put it in a nutshell. But yeah. So that is the end of the video. I'm going to do another video where I'll actually mix this track with proper like guns blazing, as I mentioned before. So this video, this mix here, was to show you that, hey, you can actually mix a track, you can actually record a song, do everything in a nice, simple way. You know, you don't need to be using all these high plugins. Of course, there's some other things that I could have done, like I could have actually went deep into each person's vocal and actually did some EQ work. But I've realized that, hey, especially when trying to teach people things, and even just trying to like, if you can't like the changes you're making, like for example, if you're going to be using like a subtractive EQ or whatnot, or if you're trying to remove some resonance, or even some sort of problematic frequencies within the EQ or whatnot, it's like, can you actually hear what you're doing? You know, I think that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Use your ears, actually listen to the track. Can you feel the track? Does the track sound nice? and all those type of things. So that's my main takeaway from even mixing this, what I've learned from this, and hopefully you guys kind of got something away from this as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.